of my main issues with the Thrawn name drop in the last episode of The Mandalorian, other than of course potentially forcing him into an already packed season of existing antagonists like Gideon and Boba Fett, is that it also happened to spoil the long-rumored Rebels sequel too. Ever since Rebels ended back in 2018, it closed on a cliffhanger with Ezra and Thrawn being blasted off together to an unknown location, to which later Ahsoka and Sabine venturing off on a search and rescue for Ezra. Now, that of course took place at the end of The Return of the Jedi, and seeing as The Mandalorian Season 1 is 5 years after, or at least Season 2 assumingly being 6 years after, we can safely assume that Ahsoka's search for Ezra is long over by now. Which begs the question, where exactly did Thrawn and Ezra end up in? Well, that's something we don't know and likely won't until the rumored Rebels sequel is out, which is said to be an animated show and allegedly already has a full season completed too. But despite that, we already know one big thing about it without even having to watch it at all. And that is Ahsoka does find what she's looking for, and spoiler, Thrawn escapes and manages to survive past the Rebels sequel. Which, I don't know about you, but that's kind of lame that when we do eventually get the Rebels sequel, then we'll already know how it ends with the big bad Thrawn surviving, which isn't necessarily a bad thing at all. Just that I would have preferred to have been surprised and watch it happen and not be spoiled about it beforehand. But hey, to each their own. Now, despite The Mandalorian spoiling us on the fate of the villain for the Rebels sequel show, we still have no idea of Ezra's whereabouts, or if he's even still alive, which I'm personally thinking that he may have been possibly even killed by Thrawn. And why do I say this? Well, for starters, I can't see everyone making it alive out of the Rebels sequel, especially when we do look back at the Clone Wars and Rebels where people from the main cast did actually die. So based on that, then it's a given that it's likely going to happen as well with the Rebels sequel. For now, we know Ahsoka and Thrawn don't die, so that leaves Ezra and Sabine who could potentially bite the dust. However, based on how angry and desperate Ahsoka is to find and kill Thrawn, a character who back in Rebels she never even met before, then it goes without saying that he had to do something truly grim within the Rebels sequel to make her hate him so much. And that of course could be for him killing Ezra. Considering Ezra is the last known person to have been with Thrawn, I think the chances of this happening are rather high. Not to mention, think about it. If Ahsoka found Ezra alive in the Rebels sequel, then there's no way she would be so bloodthirsty for someone she's never met before like Thrawn. She'd have no reason to keep chasing him like this, especially since she now stays pretty much out of galactic politics and all. That all said, granted, Ezra isn't the only character that Thrawn had to kill, as we also don't see Sabine in The Mandalorian either. So, it could also be assumed that Thrawn killed both Ezra and Sabine, thus enraging Ahsoka for revenge even more. Or there's option B, where Ezra is still alive but kept prisoner by Thrawn all these years afterwards. But I don't know about that one, as if you think about it, then it would be a pretty lame ending to the Rebels sequel, as Ahsoka and Sabine finally find Ezra but he's captured by Thrawn, who then proceeds to escape from them and the series is over. Yeah, I don't think anyone would enjoy that. But what do you all think? Did Thrawn kill Ezra and maybe even Sabine too? Which would explain why Ahsoka is still hunting for him. Or is there another reason she wants Thrawn so badly? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time. This is N7 from Silo, signing off.